Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our third annual Passing the Bison Baton event. My name is Ifunaya Ezekiwe, and I am a mentor in the Hop and Skip program, and that's a grant-funded program through Howard University's College of Pharmacy. And I will be serving as your moderator today. You'll be hearing a panelist discussion from students of various health disciplines. But before we get started, let's take a moment and allow each panelist to introduce themselves. I guess we can start on this side.
Hello, my name is Bison Baton. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm a fourth-year pharmacy student at Howard University.
Hello everyone, my name is Ginika Zude. I'm also a fourth-year student at Howard University College of Pharmacy and will be graduating in 1.5 years.
Good morning, my name is Zachary Mills. I'm a third-year doctor of pharmacy candidate from Howard University College of Pharmacy.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Lopes. I am a current Master's of Public Health student here at Howard University.
My name is Gladys Butzer. I am a senior at Towson University.
Hi everyone, my name is Cameron Leathers Claiborne. I am a junior nursing student from Cleveland, Ohio.
Good morning everyone, my name is Jessica Frenchna. I'm also a fourth year doctor of pharmacy candidate here at Howard University.
Good morning everyone, my name is Toby Hussein. Grew up in Minnesota, fourth year student of pharmacy at Howard University College of Pharmacy.
As a part of the NWDP and the Hop and Skip program, we have made an effort to connect you all with professionals you can relate to. So now we're going to start the questions. First question for the people of the panel. What has been the proudest moment of your college career?
My proudest moment, I probably have to say when I was an undergraduate student, my proudest moment was probably earning a football scholarship because I was a walk-on coming out of high school. So I came here to Howard, walked on the team, and my sophomore year I earned a scholarship.
Getting over a 3.0 while having a full-time job and being a full-time master's student. So I would say that's my proudest moment thus far.
What personal values drove you to study pharmacy or the health professional career that you have chosen?
Coming from Central Africa and seeing that a lot of people were not educated about like basic illnesses, and seeing like developed countries had like those cures, for me made me want to make a difference. So that's the reason why I went into public health, because I wanted to help my community in a different way.
My mom is actually a nurse practitioner. So that was kind of what led me in the direction, but I decided that I wanted to go the anesthesiology route at the point that I was playing volleyball and I tore my meniscus and I had surgery. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, I could do that, you know. It's something, and then I started shadowing and I saw it a little bit more in depth, and I saw the surgeries that were being performed, and I was like, I don't really want to perform the surgeries, but I would like to be there and be able to like comfort the patient and actually be with them during one of the most vulnerable times when they're not conscious.
My mom has pulmonary fibrosis, which is a disease that scars the lungs. So we would be going to what I thought was a doctor's appointment, seeing a physician, and we were actually seeing a transplant pharmacist. So that sparked my interest in medications and how it improves patient outcomes, and led me to pursue pharmacy versus medicine.
Currently, I am an MPH student, but my next step, I want to get my doctorate in physical therapy, and I want to become a physical therapist. I want to implement programs and innovate interventions within our communities. When I mean our communities, I mean Black, brown communities, to decrease the rate of chronic diseases.
What type of extracurriculars did you do in order to get into pharmacy and your graduate programs?
Before I got into pharmacy school, I volunteered in the pharmacy department at Holy Cross Hospital. And it's so interesting because for me, I did it because I wanted to see what pharmacists do in the hospital setting, and I wanted that exposure. Plus, I like volunteering for some reason. I guess it's good. So I just remember I volunteered and I did about 100 hours. And personally, I didn't think much of it until I was interviewing for pharmacy school, where one of the questions I got was, can you tell me about your experience with pharmacy? And I was like, well, I haven't worked, but you know, I did some volunteer work in the past. And he was like, that's nothing small, that's a big deal. And the reason he said that was because so many applicants would come in and they'd have no prior pharmacy experience. They come in, they're like, why do you want to do pharmacy? And they're like, I just know it's for me.
Undergrad, I did do, like Lauren said, like volunteering at St. Louis Hospital, which was close to campus. And at that point, I was just, for me, I was doing, I was trying to decide between what I did want to do and didn't want to do. So I volunteered with like charge nurses on the floor. I shadow physicians, and then I also work in the pharmacy department. So I kind of exposed myself to different things within healthcare to kind of knock out what I like and what I didn't like. For me, actually in that experience, I won't lie, it came down to more so the personalities I worked with. I just felt more accepted and more kind of accommodated when I was in the pharmacy department because they were so nice and open and they would like show me things and sort of like, you know, when you feel that sense of mentorship, it really kind of impacts you.
I went from like 5'4" to 5'9" in the 8th grade, which is like, in regards to high school, I really didn't have a choice but to play sports. So they volunteered me for basketball, volleyball, softball, and track. But at the same time, I was very adamant to break stereotypes because I was at an institution that was primarily white. And so I didn't want to be looked at as this tall individual that just plays sports. So to keep myself busy, and because it was free, I did like math club, science club, and quiz bowl, and a lot of other things. But I think it's important to be like intentional and to always do something that may be related to a career or something that you're interested in.
Next question is, what is the toughest feedback that you have ever received?
Necessarily the toughest, but one of the things that I learned more in pharmacy school is that people have different personalities, they have different leadership styles. So I'm very type A, and so while working with people, the constructive criticism that I got is that I could be coming off as rude or be coming off as abrasive. And the reason that I say this is because when you go to college or when you go to pharmacy school or medical school or whatever school that you go to, relationships and networking are key. So it's important to listen to what they say and try to address those problems so that you can be a better leader, better friend, better student in the future.
I was taking AP Physics, and I was doing bad in that class. And I wanted to become an engineer at that moment. So my mind, I was just still a kid and I didn't want what I wanted to do, but engineering was one of them. And my physics professor asked me what I wanted to do in the future. I told him I want to build bridges as an engineer. He laughed in my face and said I would never be an engineer. I would never forget that. It was a huge slap to the face and a punch to the stomach. After I was able to pass the class and get through high school, and when I got to college, you have to take physics 1 and 2, calculus based, to pass chemistry. And I was able to do excellent in those 2 physics classes, but at that time I was going to become a pharmacy. I'm giving that example because, especially first of all, as a teacher, you shouldn't be saying those kind of things to your children. So that kind of deterred me from becoming an engineer. But I did become something in my head better than an engineer, which took a lot more education and years to become. I became a pharmacist, about 2, and with that tough criticism, I took it, but I didn't really define me that I was not smart enough to be what I want to be. So I did get through physics, I passed it, and I became a doctor level healthcare professional.
If you were to give advice to the younger version of you, what would it be?
Find a college advisor that knows what they're talking about. Like, nothing hidden there. Like literally, my freshman year I came in, parents didn't go to college, they really didn't know what was going on. I told them I wanted to do pharmacy, and they were like, oh, make pharmacy your major. I was like, that's not exactly how. I got this, Mom, don't worry about it, I got this. So I came in a bio major. I was like, yeah, I went to my advisor like freshman week. I was like, yo, playing football, I don't know what to do exactly. I don't want to overwork myself. What should I do? Verbatim. If you follow the scheme that's online, you should be fine. It's me. Okay, but the scheme online says I should take 18 credits, and 18 credits sounds like a lot when I'm playing football, and it's like biology, chemistry, math, something else I can do. If you follow the scheme that's online, you should be fine. But I just said I'm doing a lot of other, I got, bro, are you listening? I'm not gonna do it again, but you said the exact same thing. I got up and walked out. So, all that to say, went through my freshman year, I needed a 3.0 to keep my scholarship because I was on a legacy scholarship, this freshman scholarship, like academics. Lost that because I got a 2.9. Yeah, I got a 2.9 at the end of the year because I got a 3.0 and a 2.8 and it averaged with 2.9. Lost my scholarship. So, all I had to say, if I had an actual college advisor that would actually go and tell me, hey, maybe 18 credits is a lot, bro. And I was taking like 15, I could have put more time. Not here nor there, just find yourself an advisor that actually knows what you're talking about, you know. If you can't find an advisor, find an older student, a senior, a junior, even a sophomore. Somebody that just knows, that's been there, knows what they're talking about, can give you a little bit of guidance, especially if you're coming from somewhere you don't really have any guidance from other family members.
It's okay to not necessarily know the answer all the time, but just figure out the best way for you to be successful, and take that as a learning lesson to be able to help other people, whether that's get to pharmacy school, get to medical school, get that job as well.
One thing that I would say is that your problems and your obstacles are never bigger than you. Like, it's always just something that you have to push yourself to accomplish. It's not really like something that can defeat you if you don't let it. Getting in the mode where you let it become too much or you allow it to become bigger than you, that's when you start to feel as though you can't do something. And that's the only thing that's going to stop you, is your belief of the fact that you can't do it.
How and where do you find inspiration?
I'm just gonna say, I think inspiration is found everywhere in your everyday basis. You know, just seeing what other people are accomplishing and seeing what you're accomplishing. I think that's what inspires you to do more and, you know, to want to become more. So I think inspiration just comes from people around you.
In regards to my mom's sickness, she has pulmonary fibrosis. So I always knew that I was interested in healthcare and that I was interested in a job that was financially stable. But my experiences through high school and volunteering eventually led me to pharmacy. Seeing and understanding more of the roles of pharmacists, healthcare providers, it helps you better understand what you want to do or what may not be for you, like what you should understand. You do this by, you know, participating in programs like this, shadowing, volunteering, and then you can kind of see, you know, what skill sets you have, what you like about certain areas, and then choose a path that best fits your